I have wanted to create an interactive word wall for a few years, and one of the biggest things that's been hindering me is I've been wanting to do it in multiple languages, and being able to go through and translate each one of the vocab words has been a difficult task, to say the least. However, Google has a number of new functions that helps this work much better. So we're going to set up translation in 3 simple steps in this video. You're going to start out by creating a header row in Google Sheets. And in my case, I'm going to start with English. I'm adding Somali, Arabic, and Spanish. And then I'm going to be putting the definitions for English, Somali, Arabic, and Spanish. We want to set up that header row first, and then we will fill in with our words, our vocab words, and definitions. And then last, we are going to be using the Google Translate function within Google Sheets to fill in the rest of the languages for us. So to start with, the details for setting up your header row, you want to make sure that you're using simple and unique headers. The reason we want to be able to do this is we will be uploading this information into Canva. So we want to make sure that our headers can be recognized by the data pulls and data sets that we're going to be using in Canva. There are a few problems that could go wrong here. You want to make sure that you keep things simple, you keep them short, and you keep them unique. Otherwise, the Canva upload won't be able to recognize what data needs to go where. Step 2, this is where consistency is key in doing your formatting. So you need to decide ahead of time, do you want things to be capitalized? Do you want proper punctuation? Are you just trying to capture general phrases for your definitions? Whatever that be as consistent as you can. Try to keep it also as simple as you can. As we're doing these uploads, the way I have my word wall set up, I want the students to be able to flip back and forth between the word and the definition in a really small card space. So the other thing is not to use any funky fonts here. You can use all of the design that you need in Canva. Here, we're just trying to get the data, the information, the vocabulary words, the definitions to be loaded for us to work with. Here's where the fun stuff happens. To use Google Translate as a function within Sheets, you need to first set it up as a formula. So in my example here, I put my cursor into cell B2. I begin my formula with an equal sign. All formulas begin with equal sign. Then I type in the function titled Google Translate. This is all one word, no spaces. Capitalization doesn't really matter, but as a programmer, we like to do it as best practice. There are parentheses on each side. They need to have matching set here. And within that, that holds our search words and then the language codes that we want it to output in. The quotations are incredibly important around these language codes. If any of these steps or any of this syntax is missing, you will end up with an error message that says either invalid name, NA, or improper data. So when you do the Google Translate, here's an example of how I've entered it into cell B2. The first parameter that you're going to use is the word that you want looked up. So in this case, that word is located in A2. I've put a $sign in front of it because I want it to be able to copy and paste across. Without that $sign, the copying pasting will kind of follow you and change it over the edge, and we don't want to change it. We want to keep it looking only at column A for our words. So you can see that it's copied it, it's translated it, and now we're going to copy it over to the Arabic side. In there, I'm switching that code from SO for Somali over to AR. That's going to give us the Arabic. And then I'm going to copy and paste over to Spanish. That's going to give us then, by switching it to ES, the Spanish translation. Now, all of these codes are available. They are internationally standardized codes that are an ISO 639 language code. I know you've been waiting all your life to know what code that is. You can look those up very easily. There's an updated table in Wikipedia. The EN is for English, ES is for Spanish, AR for Arabic, and SO for Somali. But we also have something like 1,000 other combinations in there. So ISO 639 are going to be your language codes. Once you have those three across, you can copy and paste them down your entire vocabulary list, and it will automatically fill it all the way in. When you're done with your vocab list, you can switch then over to the definitions list. And then that first set of letters, that first cell, in our example, we have $A2. For our definition, we're going to want to have it looking at then E2. And again, putting that $sign in front of it. Next is the fun and exciting way to upload it into Canva. So we have our spreadsheet here. We're going to download it as a CSV file format. And then we're going to design however we want these vocab cards to look in Canva. Here I'm using a postcard setup because I want it to be a little bit smaller. If you wish it to be larger, then use a presentation. Postcards and presentations are the both that will allow the bulk create. The very, very bottom of your list of bulk create, you have the ability to upload data. We're going to grab that CSV file that we just made and open that up. If you right-click on any of those frames that you have in your design, it allows you to connect to data. That's where you want to choose that header row that you chose when you loaded that data to begin with. But make sure you're selecting the correct one. Remember, we had it named English and then English definition. So I'm just going back and double checking that I have the right things attached to the right things. And here I see that I need to switch it. So I go back to connect data and choose the correct English definition to show the definition there. When I do continue, it gives me an example of what it should look like, and then I can generate those pages. Now, in my example here, I am going to share it by printing it out to a PDF file. You'll see that this is how it automatically fills it in. I usually go through and see if anything has some weird line wrapping. I can adjust font size if I need to. If it's just one or two things that I'm changing on a page, I'll do that. If it's the entire thing I need to change, I just do a back arrow until I need to get to what I have. Here I'm choosing a PDF for standard and creating a PDF file from which I will print out. So on my interactive wall, you'll see I do a PDF, then I do a 6 per page print. I'll fold that in half, and then I cut each of the words apart there, and then I staple them to the wall. So what's on the wall is the words, and then they flip the card over as it's attached to the wall. They can flip it over and see what the definitions are. So there you have an incredibly crazy time-saving function in Google Sheets for translating. Again, you want to set up your header rows in Google Sheets, put your data in there as far as your words and your definitions. And then using that Google Translate function, you're able to create a data set that then can be saved as a CSV, and then uploaded into the Canva bulk create. Good luck.